Hi, this is Ariann, and this is Holding for Healing for August 17th, 2023. And I welcome you all. And as you can see, I'm not Misa. Okay, Misa generally does the Holding for Healing, but she happens to be traveling at this time. And so she asked me to step in and do the Holding for Healing with you all. So it is my honor to be here and share this ceremony with you, and particularly to talk about healing, because we all need it at some time or another. So our topic for tonight is the confidence to heal. And I think that's a great topic for everybody. And so we will get into that in just a moment. If you would like, and if you have your candle, you can light your candle now. And just take a breath. Breathe into who you are. Breathe into this moment. Breathe into this space. Breathe into everyone on the call as we join together with the intention to have the confidence to heal. And we will get into that in just a moment. I want to remind you that this weekend is Misa's retreat, Unshakable Self-Love. Now, sorry, guys, it's only open to women. And I hope you've all gotten your invitation. If you haven't, simply go to Misa at misahopkins.com and sign up for the newsletter, and you will get the announcement of where to meet on Zoom for the Unshakable Self-Love Retreat. And in addition to that, on August 31st, we will have our full moon ceremony for women. And so make sure to get on her list so that you can be notified of all of these special events that we are providing for you so that you can become who you want to be. Now, let's start addressing our topic for tonight, the confidence to heal. Let's begin at the beginning. How many of you have been in accidents, had injuries, been ill, have been in pain, have had something physical or mental happen in your life? Yep. If you are living in a physical body in this physical world, I guarantee you that you have encountered the friction of being in this physical form on earth and encountering events and things and objects. One of the gurus once said, and I can't remember if it was Deepak Chopra or Wayne Dwyer or something, who said, if you are breathing, you have had trauma, you have pain. It is part of life. When we came into this life, nobody guaranteed us that everything was going to be smooth, easy, and uncomplicated. And so today we want to make sure that we have the resources and we have the tools necessary to allow us to heal whenever we need it. Sometimes it's easy to go through something. Oh, you fall down, you scrape your knee, and it's like, oh, yuck, but it goes away. And sometimes we encounter illnesses, infections, accidents, injuries that really affect us physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And it's difficult to deal with them. So put in the chat room, have any of you ever had difficulty healing from a situation in your life? Could be physical, it could be mental, it could even be It could even be in the world in terms of your finances or your career or whatever. Yep. Sandy said yes. Dorina, yes. Laura, yes. Sushil, yes. Rich, yes. Marjorie, yes. Oh, Nancy said yes, 6 years worth. Healing seems to be a long and difficult process, says Vera. Yep, and we're getting a lot of yeses from Diane and Julia and Melissa, because you are not alone. You are not alone. And that healing is a challenge for all of us. And I don't know anyone who hasn't escaped from difficulties in their life, from accidents, injuries, illnesses, whatever. So how do we address those? The first thing you need to look at is, how did that benefit you? How did that accident, how did that injury, how did that infection, how did that depression, bipolar syndrome, schizophrenia in your family, how did that benefit you? I was talking to a woman recently who had a fall. She had a fall on Saturday, and I was like, oh, you poor baby, how are you doing? And she goes, oh, I'm doing fine. I guess I needed to rest. And this is forcing me to rest. And I'll tell you a short little story about me. I started getting migraines when I was in my 20s, because at the time I was going to school full time. I was also working 5 jobs because I'd maxed out my student loans. I only had a semester left, and it was like, by God, I'm going to get through this. And in case you didn't hear that, I was a tad stressed at the time, just a little. And I started getting migraines. I started getting migraines because in my family, the only time you got to quit was if you were sick. If you were sick or in pain. The only way I could escape from the pressure was to have these terrible, blinding, miserable, often awful headaches. And those headaches continued for the next 25 years because I was in a high stress job. I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. I had all of these clients, all of these projects, all of these deadlines. And when it got too much, I had a migraine because then I got to stop. Then I got to stop. The other benefit that you may have had from whatever ailment you encountered was, I got a lot of sympathy and attention. Oh, you poor baby, you got a headache. Oh, you're feeling so bad. Can I get you something? Can I help you? Right? So illness, depression, whatever, accidents, injuries, you get a lot of attention. And if there's nobody around to give you attention, you got the attention of doctors and healthcare professionals and everybody else that's trying to help you, right? And so consider what the benefits were of you having this situation develop in your life. And we're getting a lot of good information in the chat. My situation forced me to end a toxic relationship. Yay, Marjorie. Vera said, it forced me to change my life and I had to learn a new skill. Yeah. Sometimes our bodies tell us what we won't recognize consciously. And that's when our healing needs to come forth. And the good news is our bodies are meant to heal. We are meant to be healthy. And our bodies know how to fix what is wrong with us. We just have to give it attention. And as Sushil says, it helped me to learn a lot of healing tools. So let me tell you the story that I came in here with tonight. I was probably in my 40s, and I was getting my routine checkups and routine tests. And I went to get my standard mammogram, and it came back that I had cysts in one of my breasts. And the doctor said, okay, stop, whatever you're doing, go see the surgeon. It needs to be dealt with now. This is not something that you can ignore. So they went and they did a biopsy, and I was diagnosed with ADH, which is a precancerous form of cyst. Okay, it's not as bad as cancer. Okay, so, but it was a wake up to like, okay, here's something you need to pay attention to. And so, of course, the doctor sent me to a surgeon. And what does the surgeon say? We're going to cut this out. We're going to go in and do surgery, and, you know, we're going to take care of this. My intuition said, no, this is not what my body wants. This is not what my body wants. This is not what my body needs. And so I did research and discovered that in other countries, they don't automatically do surgery. Okay, they take a wait and see approach. Is it getting bigger? Is it getting worse? Is it getting more complicated? And then you decide what you're going to do about it. Well, I asked the surgeon if we could wait 6 months and check on it and, address it then. And he said, no, you got to do this. I actually had to go to the board of the hospital where he was registered to do surgery and apply to the board to not do the surgery. But this is necessary and common medical practice when this situation arises. And it's like, wait a minute, my body, my decision, I will accept the consequences. And they finally agreed. And so I got the surgeon off my back. Now, what I want to tell you is when I got that diagnosis after the first, oh my God, I went into my body. I listened to my body. I listened to my intuition. I knew in my bones that this was not right. Now, if you get a diagnosis and it's like, well, I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Should I do that? Get all of the advice and information that you need to make a correct decision for you. I had a deep knowingness that this was not what I should do. So what did I do? I started meditating with a lump in my breast. I started visualizing and dissolving and healing. I got on every prayer group I knew about, asked all my friends to put me on prayer groups, and to send me healing energy, positive energy. Okay. I went back 6 months later to the radiologist who was going to do another biopsy just to see what happened. So I went in to get the other biopsy. He brought out his X-ray machines. He could not find the cysts. He couldn't find them. They had to bring in 3 different X-ray machines to do a 3-dimensional picture of it. And those cysts had been reduced by 75%. I knew it was okay. I knew it was going to be okay. And I trusted my inner knowing. And so what I want to ask you is, have you ever encountered a situation, and what gave you the confidence to heal? What gave you the confidence to step forward and take the action that you felt was right? Was it a person? Was it information? Was it intuition? Was it meditation? Have any of you gotten confidence from either an internal source or an external source to move forward after a crisis and learn how to heal? Think about it for a minute. I am sure there's somebody else in here. Nancy says, a knowingness inside that I knew I could heal. Yes, Nancy, that's exactly what we're talking about. Jennifer said intuitive guidance. Exactly. Saranagati said, yes. And she agrees. And she agrees. Laura said prayer and fasting and a sense that I didn't have to accept it. Yes. Vera, intuition with the help of practice and healer. Yes, don't think you have to do this alone. When we need healing, asking for help and support from wherever it's available is always good to move you along to where you need to go. So today, what I would like to do in the holding is I would like to take you into the holding so that you can tap into your inner knowing of that healer within, of that intuition that tells you what you need to do whenever something arises. And it doesn't just have to be physical healing, it can be emotional healing. You're distressed over a divorce, over the loss of a spouse, over the loss of a job, over a death in the family. Your heart hurts. That can always be a part of what you need to be healed, besides a broken arm. All right. And so let's go into our healing, our holding, and let's tap into your inner knowingness, your inner healer, your intuition that says, I can do this. I can do this. Because the divine is always with us and will lead us to the right place. And our bodies want to heal. Our minds want to heal. Our emotions want to heal. Okay, so if you would like to get into a comfortable place so you can meditate, if you want to turn off your camera now, you can. You can turn it back on when we come back. Otherwise, relax and take a deep breath. Shh. Sink into your body. Sink into the chair or whatever's beneath you and below you. Feel into the now. And envision a pool of cool, clear water and whatever color you enjoy. And there is a golden sparkling waterfall flowing into that pool of water. And you take off your clothes and step into that pool and under the waterfall, feeling it shower over you easily and gently, clearing out whatever you are ready to release at this time. Feel it cleansing your auric field as it flows down your head and shoulders, arms and hands. Letting go of everything you are ready to release. Feel it flowing down your torso and your back. Letting go, easing, calming. Feel it flowing down your hips and your thighs, your knees and your calves, ankles and feet. And feel all of this energy that you are releasing flowing down into the pool at the bottom of your feet for Mother Earth to take and wash over to the bank of the pool to become land, to become part of the world and be transformed into neutral energy that can be used elsewhere. And as you step out of that golden waterfall, you're feeling relaxed, refreshed, and revitalized. And you step on to that mossy bank and dry off. And as you look around, you see beautiful ceremonial clothes that you can step into. Notice their color. What are they made of? Are they decorated with symbols, sacred objects, designs? You may have something to put on your head or in your hair, jewelry to decorate it with, and something perhaps to slip on your feet, or you may be barefoot. But you step into these ceremonial clothes and you feel protected and settled and comfortable as you walk away from that stream. You walk down a beautiful path in nature, seeing trees and flowers, hearing the birds and water running, smelling the earth and all of the living things around. And as you move down the path, you come to a comfortable place where you can rest and be supported. And you sit down or lie down, whichever you prefer, and sink in to the energy around you. And as you reach that place, feel into your heart and remember a moment of unconditional love. Sometime, somewhere that you felt unconditional love. It may have been from a person, pet. You may have felt it when you watched a sunset or walked by the ocean. When you connected with a tree or a beautiful flower. Fill your heart and your energy field with this unconditional love. And if you can't grasp a sense of unconditional love. Be open to the possibility that that unconditional love is surrounding you. And feel as much as you can and simply be open. And then think of a time when you needed healing. Maybe in the present, maybe in the past. Whenever it is or was. And drop that need for healing into the darkness, into that space between thoughts, into that dark space between atoms that holds all life together. And wrap your desire for your confidence to heal in that darkness. How can you be confident that you have inner knowing to heal your mind, body, and spirit? Tap into the unconditional love and compassion of the darkness of the divine feminine that has existed since the beginning of time, before time and before space, before there were stars in the sky and sounds. Hold that knowingness, that confidence that within you is a healing power that you can tap into. Know that this darkness contains the unconditional love of the divine feminine. It always was, and it is, and it will be. There is nothing you need to do to earn this love. There's nothing that you can do to have her reject your love. She holds all in the darkness. She feels all. The darkness contains all potential, all possibilities. It is and was and will be. And you are enfolded in the darkness of the divine feminine, in her unconditional love and the compassion for any healing that you need. The compassion for physical pain, compassion for emotional distress, compassion for whatever needs healing in your life. Hold whatever you need in the darkness, in the coolness, in the unconditional love. For the divine feminine knows all. She feels all. She sees all and holds all. And as you feel her love around you, know that you were meant to be well. You were meant to be healed. And it is within you. And the darkness supports you. The darkness is always present, always loving, always filled with compassion. And go deeper and deeper and deeper into that love, into that peace, into that darkness. And hold all that energy open to the love. Rest in the compassion. Tap into your inner knowing. And I will be silent for a couple of minutes to let you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the darkness. And now begin coming back to your body, coming back to this time and place, coming back to the present. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And on the first breath, call back all of your energy to this time and place and into the now, breathing in through your nose and blowing out through your mouth. Breathing in and blowing out. Shh. And then on the second breath, sense the air around you. Feel feel the time, the temperature. Hear the sounds. Sense the light. Feel the present that surrounds you in this moment in your body, and breathe it in and blow out. Shh. And on the third breath, feel the clothes on your body, the chair or the seat beneath you. Feel Mother Earth below. breathing in and blowing out. Shh. And when you're ready, open your eyes and stretch. Oh, and I always need to yawn. Goodness, so feel free to yawn. And when you're ready, please turn your cameras back on so that I can make sure everybody's back. Oh, good to see your faces. Yeah, and if you can't turn your camera on, if you could, just do a reaction, like hello or a heart or whatever. Okay. I don't want to leave anybody behind. Oh, good. I'm getting hearts and comments, and yes. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us. And if you haven't noticed before, remember how it felt to do this meditation in a group, because sometimes when it's hard for us to tap into those deep senses of healing, of knowingness, of intuition, it's easier when all of us are going there at once. It's easier when all of us are going in the same direction, looking for the same thing. So we can all support each other. Oh, Dolores said she fell asleep. That's okay. If you're not used to meditating, and you're getting used to this and you fall asleep, don't be concerned, because sometimes when you're asleep, your subconscious absorbs the information that you may not be ready to hear at the moment. And the good news is we are recording this so that you can go back and listen to it later when you're a little more awake. And for our gals and our men who are in other time zones like Europe or Australia, it's like the middle of the night for those people. So, if you fell asleep, it was fine. Don't worry about it. You can go and replay this. So, would anyone like to share in the chat room or raise their hand and talk about their experience, about what did you learn when you went into the holding, about the confidence that you have to heal? Okay, does anyone want to share? And if you don't want to, that's okay, because this is going to be posted. The replay will be available to others. So, it's okay. But sometimes sharing the experience can be helpful for others too. And if you feel uncertain about what you saw in the meditation, the information that you got, stay open, because you may pick up some more information in your dreams or as you're out taking a walk or meditating. And Vera, would you like to speak? There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Good. Yes, thank you very much. I'm always looking forward to the holding, because that's when I actually let go of burdens or worries or doubts, much more than just sitting down and trying to breathe into it. I allow myself to be I'm lying down on the mat, so I'm allowing myself to sink into the ground, kind of. But it takes me time.
Mhm.
It takes time because the body takes over, and because the body is hurt, and body
Mhm.
is damaged, and nervous system is damaged, and things are not balanced in the body, and that's when I feel that imbalance the most, and very hard for me to get out of it. I am if I go into whenever I went into an operation um, for what is that, for the appendix, appendectomy,
Mhm.
they put me under, and I did not come back when they expected me.
Ah.
So they were actually ready to give me some whatever stimulus because they were afraid
Mhm.
that I would not come back. And my mother was sitting next to me, and she said, "Oh, for goodness sake, I'm so happy that to see you opening your eyes." I opened my eyes and said, "What's the matter?" I think that is the subconscious that wants to get there
Mhm.
and stay there.
Mhm.
That's what at this moment, I realized.
Good. And did you feel okay when you came awake from the anesthetic?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know any better, right?
Oh. No, I was just fine.
Yeah, so everything was fine. Great. So when you're trying to relax and your body's going, oh, I don't know, this is aching and that's aching and whatever, what you might want to do is think about that time when you came out of the surgery and everybody else was worried, but you're going, oh, I'm fine. I feel good. And remember to always tap into that feeling of wellness, because that's our natural state, right? That's where we want to be. And it's always there if we can trust that, if we can understand that. And sometimes if we just remember a time when we felt good, when our bodies were strong and healthy, that can take us to that place of knowingness, of wellness, of how it's supposed to be. So, Vera, thank you so much for sharing. That was lovely.
Thank you very
Yeah, good. Harriet said, I went to a very deep place and accessed something very unexpected. Good for you, Harriet. Good. That's why we're here. That's why we do this, so that you can tap into what you have inside, what you know, and how you can expand more. Dolores, would you like to speak?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I just wanted to share before I fell asleep, I remember we were getting clothes. And I remember I remember a little bit more after that, but the clothes were really important. I had this very pretty red dress that was just had ruffles, and it was full length, and it was a summer with the short sleeves, and just this really pretty dress like a fairy would wear, and I was on this hillside with the sun shining and the trees and the birds, and I was sitting down on a log, and I was enjoying all the nature and beauty and spiritual feelings and whatnot. And I think that is a symbol of me being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is my intuition, the picture that I have of me being being what I want to be. And so I wanted to share that because I think that's pretty cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you.
is cool. That is very cool. Yes, yes. And when we can tap into those senses, you know, seeing, hearing, feeling, touching, that's an expansion of our reality consciousness that can take us to other places. Okay. And yeah, just putting on those clothes, and Dolores felt beautiful and wonderful, and good for you. That's lovely. Adele, would you like to speak?
I am showing. I don't know, on my screen it's not. So I just have a question. You know, I really like the holding. I've been doing it and I like it. My question is, and it goes to like, okay, now go into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, my body is feeling, no, I want to go into the lightness. I don't want to go into the darkness. So there's something I may be not understanding, or, you know, whatever, but that's what I felt when that happened. So I just wanted, you know, to kind of run that by you.
I am so glad you brought that up. Okay. Because in our culture, for hundreds, if not thousands of years, we have been taught that the darkness is bad, that it is evil, that it is a scary place. That's where monsters live. Okay, and to avoid the darkness. And so when we're supposed to pray, it's to go into the light. That's a very masculine approach, because the lightness and the brightness is about action. It's about movement. It's about working through things and being active. And when you can get in touch with the darkness, it's about the quiet. It's about the calm. It's about beingness and not doingness. And what I would recommend is try to find the darkness that feels good to you. You know, some people, when we say go into that space between your thoughts, between the atoms, you know, down to that smallest quantum particle, that's too abstract for people. If it's too abstract for you, Adele, try feeling your way into a darkness that's comforting, that's cool and quiet and peaceful. When I do this meditation, I go into the night sky. The night sky between the stars, between the planets, that holds the universe. Because to me, that's more tangible. You know, it's like you open the window and there's the night sky. And, you know, it's like that space between stars, that space for the stars. And if you find the night sky scary, well, find someplace that's comforting in the night, like being under the blankets in the bed.
Okay.
Because that's where comfort is. That's where quiet is. That's where you can let go of having to do anything and simply allow that unconditional love to enfold you in the quiet.
Okay. Yes, because I love the stillness. I love quietness. I love that. I mean, yeah, I do a lot of practices and I love that. And I think too, there was just even the association of the coolness when I said, oh, I want the warmth. But yeah, so it's just basically, I think it's just the wording, and I just need to associate, like you're saying, what is like the comforting part of it. Because I love stillness and peacefulness, and I love darkness too, because it's just like, whoa. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was helpful.
Thank you, Adele, because I might change my wordings, because I think of the darkness as cool. I think of the light as warm. But there is that in-between state of perfect temperature.
Well, yeah.
Of the perfect temperature between the light and the dark. So whatever that perfect temperature is for you, that's a good place to go.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Laura, would you like to speak? You said that you were having difficulty finding how to raise your hand. If you would like to speak, just unmute yourself and we would love to hear from you. Is Laura still here? Okay. I know finding all of the instructions and all of the right places to check when you're on Zoom gets a little complicated until you're used to moving around there. Harriet says, I went to a very deep place and accessed something very unexpected. Good for you. Good for you, Harriet. That's lovely. Sandy said, in my case, it was about discovering a feeling of emptiness in a good way. That's new. It came with a sense of space around my heart and a lot less pain. If you've ever experienced chronic pain over an extended period of time, you tend to get tight, you tend to hold things close because you're afraid if you move, it's going to hurt more, right? And being peaceful around the pain, finding the space around the pain, holding that pain in love will help it dissipate, will help it ease. And then you can expand more into what you need to do to heal. Oh, Laura said she had to go. Well, and she thanks me, and that's great. She said the results are wonderful. Haven't been able to access the positive emptiness before. Great. I hope you all got to the emptiness. And Marnie says the darkness often initially feels like alone isolation to me. But if you stay with it, you get to that peaceful, still place where you can access your inner knowing, where you can access your inner healing and access whatever you need. Oh, Sushil, I went into the womb and it was dark and cozy. Oh, lovely. That's wonderful. Because the divine feminine is the primordial womb that holds the universe and everything in it. That's lovely, Sushil. I'm so glad you shared that. Jewel, you're absolutely right. The darkness is the place of yin energy, the place of deep healing stillness, the mother love of Mother Earth. Yeah, and the divine mother of the universe. Absolutely. Thank you, Jewel. Oh, Sushil says, interesting that Adele, you're glowing, but in the darkness now. Yeah, because we can't see you very clearly, but there's a glow in the darkness where you are on Zoom. Yeah, that's great. Emmy sees it too. Emmy sees it too. She says, I think it's the glow of Vidal's crown chakra. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Yeah. Uh, Marilee says, I'm yawning and yawning, which tells me something is shifting within me. Yes. If you yawn, you are getting into the alpha state. It will take you into the alpha state where meditation takes you. So yawning, and the other thing that will take you there is laughter. So those are good things to tap into. Sushil, please share with us. You've been putting in lovely comments in the chat room.
I want to share that in my meditation, I was reminded of a dream that I had when I asked the question, what would help my healing? And this was many years. I have diabetes. I'm still on this journey. But in the dream, I heard the song, in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. And I use painting for my meditation. And I want to share this painting, which I...
Oh, that's great.
And
yeah.
The lion. I just paint, and I don't intend anything. I just, just doodling with paints. And I was, I was so excited because this lion appeared. And then later, as I kept painting, to me, this looks like the face of a person, which I'm claiming to be mine, even though it doesn't resemble mine, but I see it. I'm claiming that as mine. So, and when I did the meditation, the song from the Lion King came up in my meditation, and it was a circle of life, where I'll just play a little bit of it.
Oh, we can't hear it, but I think
it doesn't matter then. Don't worry. Anyway,
Yeah, most of us know it,
the lion being presented, to the village, to the community. And
Right.
I got goosebumps right now because it felt that I was never presented as a child to the family, to the lion. It's hidden because whatever, for different reasons. And it's now that this courage of the lion, the confidence of the lion is slowly feeling ready to come out. So there we go. That's my journey, that this little meditation reminded me of the timeliness of it. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. That is beautiful. It is so beautiful and so passionate. And Sushil, please go into the chat room and see all of the wonderful comments that people are putting in about your painting. And Harriet said, it reminds me of Dolores's Zoom portrait. And you're absolutely right. It does.
That's right. It was her portrait that made me feel like I should put my hand up and share, because that kind of really, I thought, no, I should have the courage to just share that, because one day I will be making copies of different paintings of mine, which are infused with intention and healing. And hopefully I'll be able to sell these and share the healing energy with those who wish to. So that's my dream for one day. So I have many paintings on different, embedded with different healing energy.
Well, that's a lovely dream.
Yes.
And your painting of the lion was just spectacular. And as a couple people in the chat room said, that we're at the Lion's Gate, which is the time in August, where we're moving into the constellation of Leo. So this is the Lion's Gate. So you're tapping right into that energy.
Okay. Well, I have, people are saying, please sell it.
Yeah,
my name is Sushil Croft, and I look out for it sometime in the future.
Okay.
I'm a soulful life coach, but I have retired from that officially, and I will be, having some other website. But at the
Right.
moment, it's all in transition as I work through my own journey.
Sure.
I do
Sure.
feel very much called to eventually share my healing work. Like behind me is one that is on healing,
Mm-hmm.
whether you can see it, but it's
Great.
the intention of healing. So yes, I guess I'm coming out with.
Great. Well, you have some fans who would like to get in touch with you for your paintings. So when you do, come back another time and let us know where to find them.
Yeah, okay. Maybe become my friend on Facebook or something like that.
Sure.
Because I am not very focused on that at the moment. So
Right time.
yes, thank you. At the moment, we are writing a book about my parents, and that's kind of like foremost in my mind of
Sure.
past ahead. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
Thank you, friends, soul sisters, for encouraging me. I'm feeling like I'm being pulled out of this.
Sure. Well, and Harriet said, if you want to put your email in the chat, people can contact you and you can keep their email and stay in touch whenever you're ready to bring your paintings out. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's fine. Then come to another circle and when you're ready. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's wonderful. And by the way, know that your creativity is what helps you access your inner universe. Creativity helps you tap into your inner knowingness and whatever you need that is lying dormant in your life that you want to bring out.
Mm.
And, if you're working in a job where you're digging ditches or, directing traffic or something, and you're not very creative there, find your creativity in your off time. Write, paint, draw, walk, connect with nature, garden, whatever appeals to you, because that will help you expand and find your destiny in this life. Okay, so thank you for bringing that up, Sushil. That is just lovely. Does anyone else want to share, or is it time to close? Okay, I think it's probably time to close now. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing this time so that we can all tap into our confidence to heal. And if you want to unmute yourself and say hi, blessings, goodbye to everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.
I've been trying to unmute for a few minutes.
Uh-huh.
I'm a guest and I was invited by a friend. And either if she can let me know how to get back on here or to find the recording at some point or something. I just had surgery today and I missed the meditation trying to log on my phone. And I don't use my phone very much for Zoom, but I'm in my daughter-in-law's house because I need babysitting for 24 hours. But
Okay. Well,
I definitely resonate with the speaking of the after meeting. A lot of the words resonate with my spiritual path, or past spirituality. So
good.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, Sandy, if your friend can give you the link
Uh-huh.
to help you sign up for Misa's email.
Yes.
It's Misa, M-I-S-A, at misahopkins.com. And you can sign up for her email.
Great.
Yeah, and if you can't find the replay there, send her an email.
Yeah,
that
no
has
problem.
the replay, and I will make sure that
Oh yeah, it'll be great. And I'd like to join in the future, so that'll be awesome. Thank you very much. And the email was already forwarded to me, so thank you.
terrific.
All right.
Good
Thank you,
night, all.
ladies. Blessings for all the talk afterwards. I really enjoyed it.
Thank everybody for sharing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I thank you, Ariann.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
See you
good
soon.
night. Bye.
Thank you, Ariann.